Across Australia, New Zealand and the South Pacific, this is the week's Adventist News in Focus.
Hello, thanks for joining us. I'm Sibel Kute. Tasmania is set to introduce new legislation that will allow faith-based schools to discriminate in favour of students from families who share the school's religious identity. According to The Mercury, the state government says they're falling into line with legislation operating in other Australian states. But critics say that when a school receives government funding, it should be required to accept students from all religious and non-religious backgrounds. The Seventh-day Adventist Church, which operates one of Australia's largest Protestant school systems, says student selection is part of ensuring the unique character of its schools.
We're open to be inclusive of anyone who comes along. However, we do recognise the right or the need for faith-based schools to actually be able to protect their special character.
And still on school issues, celebrity chef Jamie Oliver has launched a worldwide petition for healthy nutrition education that now has more than 1.5 million signatures.
Half the world is starving with too little to eat, and the other half die from being obese. If you haven't got a clue about the mess that we're in, the answer lies here in the words that we sing. Revolution.
Feed the kids right through their stomach and mind.
Jamie Oliver has pointed to successful programs in the UK, Mexico, Japan and elsewhere, and says his initial goal is to get all G20 nations to commit to making practical food education a compulsory part of their schools' curriculums. Health experts from the Seventh-day Adventist Church, which has a tradition of emphasising holistic health, say they're sympathetic to the aims of Food Revolution Day.
Health needs to start with younger people. The younger we can start, the more the benefits will show up as they age. The Adventist Church, or Adventist Schools Australia, is actually in the process of developing a curriculum for primary school students as well, very much along the line of Jamie Oliver's emphasis.
The biblical discipline of fasting has become less common in many church communities, but new research suggests that we could be missing out on some surprising health benefits. According to Newswise, a study by the San Diego School of Medicine found that women who left a longer gap between dinner and breakfast had reduced blood glucose levels. Regardless of how much the women in the study ate, the researchers found that those whose overnight fast was 3 hours longer had 4% lower blood sugar. Researchers say maintaining more stable blood glucose levels may reduce the risk of breast cancer, a simple strategy that could be used together with the usual cancer-avoiding dietary advice to limit alcohol, red meat and refined grains, and increase plant-based foods. The Weet-Bix Kids TRYathlon series has wrapped up for the year with more than 35,000 enthusiastic runners, cyclists and swimmers giving it their best shot. Over the last 6 months, Kids TRYathlon events were held at 12 locations around Australia and 14 locations around New Zealand, making it the world's largest triathlon series. The aim is to get kids involved in healthy activities, to connect with their communities and to feel a sense of achievement, no matter what their athletic ability.
So we're here at the Weet-Bix Kids TRYathlon on the Central Coast, and there's kids everywhere, and it's an amazing atmosphere. So
it is really great to see all the kids trying really hard, and everyone's giving each other high fives and everyone's supporting each other. It's pretty cool.
The Weet-Bix Kids TRYathlon events are coordinated by Sanitarium Health and Wellbeing, which is owned and operated by the Seventh-day Adventist Church. That's it for this news bulletin, but don't forget we have more news stories in the full half hour of Record in Focus, as well as these segments. Have Australian churches gone quiet on the issue of Christian persecution? James Standish.
But Christian persecution is something that all Christians should be involved in, because we are living through one of the most difficult times for the Christian church in the history of the Christian church. It just happens not to be happening in our neighborhood, but surely as Christians we should care about what's happening to our brothers and sisters in Nigeria or Iraq or in China.
Family life educator Trafford Fisher talks about money.
My relationship is more important than my money.
Take consideration. People are more important than things.
And we meet a man who lives his faith at 300 k's an hour. Well worth a look.
I always use the excuse that we need to sort of show the people that part of our whole program is breaking down people's paradigms in terms of who they think Christians would be or what they think Christians would be like, and so letting the rear end hang out through a corner at doing 200 kilometres an hour is a great way for us to be able to do that.
You can watch InFocus online or on Hope Channel, the Australian Christian Channel, or Digital 44 in Adelaide. Thanks for your company. I'll see you next week.